Don't know what it's about Windows that keeps me coming back. You know, Patrick, I've thought about this a lot when it comes to Windows versus Linux kind of thing, and I think the all of us have kind of like this inherent bias where we want to just pick one, and I just don't think I will ever be 100%. Well, I know I'm never going to be 100% Linux. I mean, I want to be majority Linux, but when I went 100% Linux, because I did it for an entire year, everything in Linux, because I wanted to be a purist. I wanted to be, grow out that neck beard and be an absolute purist of Linux and just say, you know what, Windows users, you are beneath me. I had a good year, maybe 2 years of that, because my whole YouTube channel was that. And I made sure I edited videos in it. I made sure I produced videos in it. I made sure everything was Linux. And then I got to the end of it and I was like, oh, I was, when I was actually doing the things, I was making sure I was using all FOSS too. So, I mean, we're talking no DaVinci Resolve there. I was using Kdenlive. And then I had an epiphany one day, and I think it was like the Mac M1s came out, and I was like, I hadn't been messing around with Mac for a little bit. I got like I think a one or two certifications in Mac OS, so I picked up a little Mac Mini, just to mess around, and then I installed Final Cut on it, and then I started editing a video just as a goof, and I realized, what am I doing? It's like I was walking a mile over hot coals to deliver. I don't know. This is a terrible analogy, but when I could have just easily just opened up the fridge and grab a bottle of water or something, it was just like I was going through and wasting so much time just because I wanted to say everything was Linux. And my production was even worse. You look at those original Kdenlive videos, they're terrible. I mean, thank you for watching them, if you did watch them. But when I switched to Final Cut, I was like, dude, this took me literally a tenth of the time, and the production quality is drastically improved. And I was like, what am I doing? It's okay to go ahead and switch to another OS. It doesn't have to be Windows. It could be Mac. It could be that. But don't think that you just have to stay in one OS. And I was like, I literally wasted, but I'm thankful for that year where I just drove it exclusively. And not very many people can take that. There's this weird thought process in the Linux community where people are like, you have to be 100% Linux. No, you don't. You really don't. You're just hurting yourself because there's certain things that other operating systems do better. And likewise, there's certain things Linux does better too. So, enough of a rant. I don't know why it popped in my head. I was just like, what am I doing?